Oh, hi there, and welcome back to Minecraft. We're here on the island, Geeky's Island, and this video marks the start of Phase 2 of the island build, or Series 2, and a lot has changed since the end of the last phase. So the first change that we've added to the map is it's a new currency. So we now have the option to win and spend gold. So you can obviously play the games, you can win gold ingots or blocks, you can get emeralds, etc., diamonds still, and there's obviously it increases the amount of currency that can be in the game, and therefore things that you can buy with it. Now, you can obviously, let's say, you can get the gold ingots, you can then turn them into gold blocks, which you then can purchase emeralds for, which you can turn to emerald blocks, which then you can buy diamonds for, and so on and so on. You can go back the other way. So all you need to do is just click the relevant button. So one gold block for one emerald. Bosh, that's it. We have, I think, 18 different shops of these types, so they're selling various different things around the map, different foodstuffs, potions, armors, and obviously just transferring one currency to another, so you can go through. So that will become very apparent of why that's important and why we've added that as we go through. But before we go through the currency, and I'll show you some of the other shops, etc. But this tower has got taller. It's got quite a lot taller, and we've got the parkour has grown with that. So if you did download the map, obviously that's changed since last time, so you'll have to check that out. But even bigger than that, and I'll show you the roof in a moment. We've got a massive change this series, this phase, and that is the sense that I'm no longer building alone, and because of that, we are seeing a much quicker progression of builds. So as you can see, a lot has changed since phase 1, like a lot, and so I'm going to credit everyone that's helped building various stuff as we look at them going along. So the tower itself, let's just have a look in here. I need to actually work on what we're going to put in here. There's going to be separate rooms and some decorative stuff, but that's the roof there, and we've got your prize here, so you just open that and that gives you your prize and teleports you away, so you can't cheat anymore, because that was possible. And then there's a few different things, so you can now buy a elytra for a diamond, you can buy feather falling boots for an emerald, and that just gives I can't remember exactly what that one gives, but it gives stuff. So the roof itself here, I didn't build this alone. I had help with this from Druss Rua, and some of you may know him if you're in my Discord server. He is one of the moderators there, but you may also know him from his map that he's been building, and I actually made a video on it some time ago, which I will link in the top right of this video right now. But yeah, it's really good. Check it out if you haven't already. Downloaded the map, definitely worth it. But he's helped a lot with this, and he's been working on all of this town down here. This is pretty much just him, and he's done this in like a week. So it's ridiculous how quick he is. So let's just go through bits one by one. We've got stuff over there, stuff over there, stuff over there. Some new games. Let's do it. So starting over here, we've got the zombie maze, which you remember from the last phase, which is still there, but a bit harder to get to at the moment because we've placed this on top. Now what this is going to be is a Builders Hall of Fame. It's going to obviously showcase the people that's helped work on this map, so that's going to come in very soon. I would like your guys' opinions on what to do with this, just so you can obviously help out a little bit, but I'm not sure whether it's obviously going to be circular, I'm thinking, some sort of open room, but I don't know whether to have the walls open on the outside, or like so you can just walk in and there's pillars, or maybe have a front door or sort of a couple of doors going in and go from there. Not sure the materials, but it's going to be of this sort of style, so woods and stones and clays, etc. But yeah, let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see or any sort of special style going in there. But that's been built on top, and it's going to obviously list all the people inside. So moving on from that, moving around here, this is obviously this is the town. There's lots of bits that aren't finished, but there's lots of bits that already are finished, and I can't show it all to you in this video because it's going to take all day, but that's why you're going to want to download the map when it's ready at the next phase. But we've got a fish shop here, so if we just come in here, we've got, see, you can 32 cooked cod for a gold ingot, 32 cooked salmon for a gold ingot, freshest fish caught in the Geeky Sea, which is the sea out there somewhere, and every one of these buildings is unique to its purpose. It's got obviously unique details and build styles, and they all look absolutely amazing. Druss did an amazing job, and he's, to be fair, still working on it. So that's this particular shop. Like I say, there's a whole bunch of other ones. We'll maybe have a look at one or two others very quickly, and then we'll move through. But don't worry, we will definitely come back to these as we come along. We've got a potion shop there, so that's where you can get your potions. This is an inn, so there'll be stuff to do in there, which you'll have to look at yourself. But it looks pretty cool anyway. Looks very cool indeed. Hopefully I'm not going too quick. Maybe pause it if you need to. We've got a well here, which you don't want to fall down there, but maybe you do. We'll find out. There's a house here. Let's have a wander in this one just to have a look. But certainly, it's looking excellent. He's using, obviously, the player heads for decorative reasons, and it's just got, everything's got a unique feel to it. I absolutely love this, and every time I log on to this, I'm overwhelmed by how much he's done and how much better it looks than it did beforehand. But like I say, literally, wherever you look, there's something, and there are a few secrets about, which obviously I'm not going to tell you about, because then it wouldn't be a secret, but it's definitely worth exploring when you get to it. Moving down here a little bit, we've got, this is the meat shop. This is the butcher's, so here you can buy all your meats. There's 16 bits of meat for 1 gold ingot. So you've got steaks, you've got chickens, mutton, and pork chops, and they're all there. And again, there's lots of stuff upstairs, definitely worth looking at. Hopefully I'm not going this too quick, I don't know. What was that? I think that's a house, and literally there's so much. There's so much. Wool is because it's not actually finished yet. This is sort of place marks, and we've got this sort of on a private server at the moment, so it's just so that everything's under review until it's reviewed. This is a blacksmith's. There's going to be various stuff in here where you can obviously get certain things. You can see that we've got cavity in the wall, so we can put the command blocks to make all the purchases. Haven't done this one yet. I've been working on all the other ones, but yeah, it's going to have some stuff in here which definitely going to be useful to get in the game. And I can't even pronounce that, but the Liz Navar blacksmith. That's what that is. So this comes all the way around here. The greengrocers, that's cool. So I'll be adding some stuff into there. So basically, Druss is building it, and I'm then filling in the shops and doing that side of things. So it is a collaborative effort with him doing the majority of the work. So make sure to, like I say, give him a look. Like his material. Go check out his map. And oh, that's cool. I've just noticed that for the first time. He did tell me he was going to put something in with the invisible armor stand. So that must be it. That looks absolutely amazing. I love that. I'm going to actually take a screenshot of that, because that is... Oh, whoops. Wrong buttons. Awesome. That is definitely worth it. So yeah, there's loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. Honestly, I actually don't know what half of these buildings are at the moment, because I'm struggling to keep up with him. Which isn't, that's not a criticism, that's actually a really cool thing, because it means I can focus more on the games when he's obviously focusing on the town, which is really useful. So that is essentially so far what we've got. There's so much planned. I mean, if we just have a quick look, you can see there's all the wall shops and shapes, everything sort of getting planned out one step at a time before we get to it. So that's this region. So moving around, if we follow this pathway up here to this giant building, which I'm starting to call Ravager Tower, and there's a good reason for that, because this guy is locked away in a cage. So I thought, why not call it that? So this building was built by LordMasterTrot, and if we jump inside it, I mean, I'm not going to give too much away, but obviously for you guys watching the videos, anyone that downloads the map aren't going to know, but there is a parkour here, and there is a prize inside it, so it's definitely worth having a go at it when you get a chance. But I'm not going to show you the way, obviously, and I'm not going to do it myself on camera, because I'm rubbish at parkour, as you're all well aware. But this is a really cool. Let's see if we can get around. Really cool town. I really love. When I first saw it, I kind of felt like the colour schemes, it's like, oh, okay, that's a bit Statue of Liberty-esque. I thought, I love it. It looks amazing. It fits really well. on the landscape. It's awesome. There's some custom trees here that Druss, I think Druss has been working on those sort of as little tasters, but every tree that's going to be in here, other than the jungle ones, will eventually be custom trees. So we've obviously stripped it bare of everything that's deforestation for you, but don't worry, the trees are all coming back. But yeah, this is an awesome tower. I'm loving that. We're going to be having something down there. That'd be another mini game under there, another mini game up there. Like I say, you're going to get prizes for these, and it's definitely worth trying each of them because you're going to get different stuff from different ones. And I mean, there's going to be a mixture of things depending on your skill level. So let's put it that way. One might be using another, and if you're not good at parkour, there's mazes and there's loads of other stuff on it, to be honest. So yeah, that's that. Let's move over to the jungle. Oh, and before I forget, you probably already noticed, but obviously we did take away the concrete shop that was here because we're going down the route of having individual buildings for shops. So yeah, that disgusting, horrible looking concrete shop has now gone, and in replace it's got a beautiful fountain. Let's go look over the jungle. So over here, EmrickXV has been working on this, helping out a lot, and been doing a great job. So we've got the start of a jungle village. So you can come over this sort of rickety rope bridge and then climb up, and there's all sorts of different stuff, and we probably might, well, I'm thinking of expanding this out anyway. So this is just my idea, but I'm thinking, whereas the jungle stops there, we maybe expand the land out a bit more and make it much wider so we can fit more stuff in, because we haven't got a lot of space for the jungle town and got a lot of ideas for it, so we'll have to just play with that. But we come up here, get out of there. There's, I think, some different buildings in different places, obviously overlooking the town over here. There's a few sneaky little heads about for you to look out for and explore, but oh, whoops, watch out for the vines. If we come up here, I think yes, we've got the witch doctor's house, and in here we can purchase things like the Totem of Undying for 1 diamond. Probably have other stuff in here later on, but for the time being, we've got the Totem of Undying. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's going to make it a lot easier when you're doing things like the parkours. But we don't want to make it too overpowered. So a diamond is actually quite expensive. To put things in perspective, you will need to buy... To get 1 diamond, you need 9 iron ingots, which then you can turn into an iron block to then get 1 emerald. So you need 9 emeralds, so 1... to get an emerald block, which gets you 1 diamond. So that's essentially 81 pieces of iron ingots to get 1 diamond. And I mean, they're easy enough to come by, but they're not super easy. So it's not going to be overpowered. You can get them, but you have to forfeit getting something else in the meantime. So, but yeah, I mean, we're trying to make it as balanced as possible, where the prizes for the activities and the games aren't outweighed by the cost of the items that makes it too easy to cheat on the games. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been working on there. And this is looking awesome. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Shall we expand this jungle out? I mean, it's easy enough to do. We can make it, even if we just took it to, say, the end of these reeds, or whatever they're called, kelp. We could just do that area, and that can make that jungle quite a lot bigger and help a lot. We could also take away the sand and build it this way around as well. I don't know. Got some ideas, but what do you think? So that's that. There is a mini game in the jungle, which I'm not actually going to show you how to get into it, because I think that's worth exploring yourself. But let's go and check it out now. Okay, so deep under the jungle, we have this activity, this challenge, and it's a maze. It's probably a little bit dark for you, so let me just pop some brightness on. You'll obviously have to buy the night vision potion if you want to do that in-game. But basically, it's a maze. It's... well, it does what it says on the tin, but it works on the basis that there's a few different levers, etc. about, and clicking to one will open another one, or so I mean that one you see didn't do anything, so that's kind of a dud. But there's others about, and so for example, we open this one, and that closes that door, opens this door. And we can open that one, and there's different routes. There's quite a lot of different routes. Careful, that looks very dangerous down there. But yeah, basically, every time you open a door, another one somewhere else closes. So you need to be careful, and it's a bit of a labyrinth, because it doesn't... it's not quite as straightforward to get through as you think. You might have to use the same lever several times in order to actually find the final point. But I'm not going to show you too much more of that because I don't want to ruin it for you actually playing it and having fun. So yeah, let's move on. Oh, but before we do move on from this maze, I just wanted to credit Emrick for it because he did most of the work. I've helped him a little bit, but it was his idea and he's done most of that build himself. So yeah, this is him. I'm lost. I'm completely lost. Hopefully you won't be lost. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the things planned moving forward. So this is going to be a standard house. They're all waiting to improve, but I'm going to improve them all anyway. That's a standard house. We're going to have a shop there, so you need to work out exactly what's going to be in it. A house, another house there. This one's going to be a keep, I think. Yeah, small keep, castle tower. So that's going to obviously the exit to the the icy part of the don't drown part. So that's going to come up into the keep, and we'll have to figure out a way to make that all work together. But that's going to be quite cool. I think we've got a dwarven bridge is going to be over here, and looking at making it retractable. So that should be quite cool to do. Just need to work out. I think it's all in place. I actually have no idea how this works, so I need to speak to whoever it was that actually put this in and just figure out how that works. But yeah, that's that. What is this? I have no idea what this one is. That's a Dwarven Gorge and minigame there. This building doesn't seem to have anything lined up, so I'm not sure what that one is. Losing track. This is going to be a apiary for the bees. So that's going to be quite interesting, obviously, because we've now updated the map to 1.15, so we're going to have bees and honey and all that sort of stuff, and there'll probably be a minigame, at least one minigame that features honey, probably some sort of parkour as well, so that's that. Following on around here, obviously everything's lost all the trees. We've got this bit of the island is actually being expanded out by Emrick. This is going to be a dock, essentially. I think there's going to be a lighthouse, if I'm right in thinking, this end. Yes, and then there's going to be a docky area over there, and the jetty dock over here. Yeah, so that's going to be here. That's going to take quite a lot of work, and we'll have to work out exactly what it's going to be like. But getting some that guys that are helping out have thrown some really cool ideas, and I'm loving it. And it's growing at such a rate. I just honestly can't believe it. Over here, this is going to be a training area, training barracks. So there's going to be a few different things to do. That I got a diamond. I don't know how I did that. I was just playing around with it earlier, and I got a diamond. Right, I have to figure out how that works. But yeah, there's going to be a training area here. There's probably going to be a PvP section, some stuff with archery, that sort of thing. So obviously moving to this area. So if you've got any ideas of sort of PvP stroke sort of combat style activities and challenges, let us know what you think we can put in there. Obviously, we've got some ideas in the mix anyway. And I think there was one more which we've got sort of planned here, which is going to be Shady Caves minigame starting point. So I've got a really cool idea for that. I need to obviously check what the others were thinking for this, but that's going to be quite cool, and that'll be obviously underneath this tower. And I'm thinking we may even build another minigame over here. So I don't know. We've got lots and lots to do, lots of people helping out, and it's coming on incredibly quickly. I'm over the moon at how quick this is going. So we can probably, hopefully this phase is going to be a shorter phase than the last one, which means we can get an updated map out ready sooner rather than later. It was going to be a couple of weeks at least before we get things going, and obviously the town is being built pretty quick, but we need to build the challenges as well and the mini games and make it all fairly balanced so that it works all together. But we maybe even bring in some other people later on to help build some challenges, some mini games, and test it in general. But watch this space. But anyway, I think unfortunately that's all we got time for today. I haven't really done anything. It's just showing you around. Hopefully you don't mind that as a different style of video, but it just seemed easier the way that everything was going, just to sort of show you as we get finished this particular mini phase. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please give the video a big like and a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, and obviously tell your friends about it too, because if you like it, there's a good chance they will too. As always, I've been Geeky Gamer, you've been awesome, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.